Yeah, you guys, and you know, like when I tell you that this cruise that we went on was so nice. So make sure you guys live your life, have fun, enjoy life, do something that you haven't did. You know, so a cruise is something I never did in all these years. But I am so excited. I didn't want the cruise to be over. I wanted to stay. I did. I wanted to last like a couple of more days. It was so nice. And like I said, the people had us screaming, hyped up. We was whistling, screaming, all that. So that's why my voice is not up to par right now, but it's okay. So my son-in-law said he had a whole lot to say, that he had some stuff that he wanted to tell our viewers. So we're going to let him go. Okay, CJ, you got the floor.
We still on the floor, though,
Inspirational.
But, yeah, I mean, if I can inspire the young folks, you feel me, I will, you feel me? And what I have to say is, like, you feel me, I used to rap, whatever, it wasn't gospel rap. I used to rap, like, hip-hop rap and stuff. Now I rap for God because I figured out when I met Jaylin, when we reconnected, it helped me figure out how powerful my words was, Life and death is in the power of the tongue, and my words was real powerful. And when I was rapping hip-hop, I didn't know what I was saying. I was just rhyming, you feel me? And it was the truth, but it was so powerful, and it wasn't right, so I just rap for God now. I don't do no more that right there. But look, just be you feel me? And, I'm be me. I rap for God. I would kick something, but I ain't gonna kick nothing because of my voice or whatever. But, I'm nothing without God. That's what I want to say.
Amen.
Amen. Didn't you get a prophecy years ago about you? Tell the people about your prophecy.
Oh, plenty bishops. They blessed me, and they said that God had a calling on my life, and I was built to preach, and it was spread the good news, you feel me? And God blessed me. Well, he spoke through a congregation through me when I was 16. How old was I?
Yes, 16.
Yeah, and all due respect to God, and I just was so nervous, and I just let God take control, you feel me? I can't take no credit, and I give him all the glory. And during school, I had problems, you feel me, like reading and stuff, but God blessed me. Prayer changes things.
Yes, it
and
does.
like,
yes.
I mean, God bless me. I know how to read the Bible. I know how to read all kind of books now.
Amen.
Whatever, you working on, just don't give up on it and depend on God, and he'll pull you through. If you can stand the drag, he'll pull you through.
Amen. You can stand the drag. Like if you can stand the drag, right? Because sometimes you feel like you're being dragged, huh?
Yeah.
But he will pull you through, right?
Yeah. And what else I learned in my life thus far, like I said, if you can stand and drag, he'll pull you through. Sometimes when I get impatient, when you want things right then and there, and when you get it right then and there, it's like you're getting dragged a lot faster because you're being impatient. And when you pray for things, God bless you with it, and you be like, man, I don't really need this right now. I mean, you got to be honest with yourself and honest with God first, and, like, you just got to be patient. He'll pull you through.
Yeah.
Whatever you're working on, whatever talent you got, man, don't give up. You feel me? Just work hard at it.
Just work hard at it. Be determined, right?
Be determined. Don't give up.
Yeah. And listen to the people, the good people that's in your life trying to inspire you. You know, if you see, I would prosper. And, they didn't have prophecies. Jaylin, you had a prophecy too, right? What was your prophecy, Jaylin?
I was a prophet.
You was a
prophet.
Okay. And then you the bishop. So he the bishop, she the prophetess.
Lord.
Okay, well, so yeah, that's a good prophecy, and you just work towards it, right?
Yes.
Right.
Because you guys, you want to be inspiring to other people, and you want to live in your calling. I think that's the most important thing a person could do is actually live in their calling.
Exactly.
Because God told me I fish well. because I asked him, and if you don't know what you supposed to do, ask God. What am I here for? What is my calling? What is my purpose? He will definitely tell you what your purpose is, because everybody should know, right?
Right.
Because otherwise we just walking around like, don't even know what we're supposed to be doing, because somebody could be the next president out there.
Right.
We do have a new president,
Oh,
Yeah. We're going to say that everybody has to pray for our president, because, that's what we should do, pray for the leaders of the country. We still got to pray, that he do a good job. And so far, things are sounding a little different, right?
it's like you switched everything up.
Sounding a
Prayer
little
changes
good.
thing.
Prayer changes
Somebody
things,
been praying. You must have been praying out there.
Yeah, so everybody got
glad.
to give our new president a chance.
Exactly.
And pray for our country, pray for our president, and just pray for your surroundings, pray for your atmosphere to be better, because prayer is so necessary in this day and time, right?
Right.
You guys agree? Gotta pray, because I pray all the time, you guys. If you got family members, everybody should be praying all the time. If you got mother, brother, sister, father, kids, whatever, you should be praying.
And also, I just think that everyone should have a personal relationship with God, because no one else is going to lead you. Like, no one else is going to be there with you at the gates when God is asking you what you did for him, And once you start looking at it at that perspective, and looking at it that no one else is going to get you to where you need to be unless you let God lead you first, then you good. But if you let your emotions lead things and situations, I know that it's easier said than done, because I can vouch for that, because I'm a crybaby sometimes. But I'm spoiled. But it's all about knowing yourself and knowing who God created you to be, because once you know your purpose, that's how you're gonna live towards that. Yeah. You live towards your purpose. You work towards your purpose, because life without God makes no sense. I was reading this book.
Okay.
I was reading this book and said that. I can't take credit. I can't take
But
credit.
I like it, though. Life without God makes no
Exactly.
sense,
Exactly. And then I like to give a shout out to Miss Donna.
Yes.
Donna.
We love you, Miss Donna.
We love you, because I promise you, like, all those seeds that she planted in us, even my mom and Bishop and all my family members, I thank you guys, because Mrs. Donna, just her workshops that we would go to, I'd be like, man, I don't want to go to church and stuff like that. But once I joined the kids club, the kids group, and then we'll go to Bible studies and stuff, she'll make us do the most outrageous things.
How old were you?
I was 14. I was so scared to go in the back, because I was like, I don't want to go. And then Mama made me go with Ricky for the first time. And Miss Donna...
Yeah, explain it a little bit, Jalen.
Yeah, let me explain it to you guys.
Yeah.
Meaning they wanted to sit in church all the time, in the grown-up church, and they didn't want to go to the kids' class. So I was like, it's time for you guys to go mingle with,
the youth.
The youth,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly.
I just didn't call myself a social butterfly, because I just felt like, if I'm here with my mom, I'm safe. But going to the back was the greatest time, because back there, Miss Donna, she related to you on a level that you didn't even know exists. She'll have us doing marching and spitting, and projects, just to stimulate your mind, and just to know that how powerful the enemy could be if you let him, if you give him the power, and if you're not willing to fight that spiritual battle, and if you're not ready for it. Because Miss Donna, she'll make us call out the fruits of spirits, make us remember things. She gave us duties, she gave us responsibility, and as a kid, that's a lot. Because giving the kid that much responsibility and going into that and holding it, you're just like, wow. And then once I
Tell me.
I just noticed that once she did leave, I had a lot in me that I could go on, you know, and use this because I didn't
live on it.
Yeah.
That word never expires.
Exactly. It never
It never expires. Never get old.
So, Jaylin, you just said earlier the enemy only has the power that you give him.
You give him.
So other than
no
that,
power.
his power is like basically imitation.
It's petty.
Greater is he that's in you than he who's in this world.
Amen.
All the time. We got the power. You got the victory.
Okay.
The battle already won. We just going through a routine.
We just going through.
You know, God know everything.
Yeah, he does.
He's sitting back watching.
Exactly. Remember what I said? I said like this one scenario. I was like, we up here watching the movie, and God is telling us to be quiet so we could finally see the end results and see the movie and watch it. But we those people in the theater up here talking and stuff like, God, oh my God, why is this happening? Why is this happening? And like I like to look at life that kind of perspective because it just gives you a more positive outlook on life and makes you think differently and act differently and stuff. And I just like to thank Ms. Donna for that because I just noticed I used things that I learned when I was 14, 15, 16 up until I'm 21 right now. Like I started using things like one time. Testimony time. What up?
What's happening?
I was having a really big spiritual battle with myself because I just, you know, sometimes you get down and the only person putting you down is yourself because you get into your thoughts and you just think that a brighter day is not going to come. But that's just the enemy because God only has thoughts of kind words and joy and not all that negativity. That negativity right now, if anybody listening and negativity is going through your mind, that is not God. That is not of God because God is of love. And if you just think it's yourself, it's not yourself. It's not yourself. It's just the enemy trying to creep in because God is like, have you tried my servant?
My servant Jaylin.
Exactly.
Yes.
And if the enemy is not trying you, that means you're not doing your job because the enemy is letting you just hang out and just chill. You doing what he wants you to do. But if he is kind of trying to attack you, that means you're trying to get on the right path to
Must
God.
be doing something right.
You must be doing something right. That's how I see it.
Y'all preaching debut right
Oh.
Because I'm going to let y'all just go. I ain't, y'all making a debut now, okay?
And I would like to thank my mama too because, like, I didn't think about it, but when I was younger, she would always do this, this technique where me and Ricky would just be arguing, like doing some bad stuff, and she'd be like, thank you, God, for my good kids. Thank you, God. My kids are so good. And me and Ricky would look at her like, what's she talking about? We just now fought. And we, like, what? And she would just like, thank God in advance.
Praise him in advance.
Praise him in advance. She was praising him.
The Bible says, speak those things that's not as though they are.
Exactly.
So that means if you see your kids acting like a mess, then you call them blessed, right? and basically you like, oh my God, they're such good kids. Like sometimes, but I got to give credit to my bishop where I learned that from Bishop William A. Garrett. At the Way the Church. I got to give shout out to Bishop William A. Garrett because he the one first taught me that years ago. He said sometimes he used to be so upset with his kids that he wanted to like just, you know, strangle them or something, right? But he would be like, God, they're such great kids. Oh my goodness, I have the best kids in the world, right? So basically you have to speak what you want and not what you see. Because we don't walk by sight, but we walk by faith. So you have to say what you want, you know, out your mouth. You have to build your atmosphere. You have to build your future with your words. And so, I did used to say that, right? He's so mad. I'm like, kid. The kids in the world, right?
Me and Ricky were so confused. We're like, huh? And then we'll be like, it would not even be worth fighting anymore. We're like, she didn't get back. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I had to like switch it up. You know, you got to switch it up sometime. When a person think they got you in a box and got you pig, like that one time when you guys broke my mirror.
Oh, Ricky broke that.
Oh, they broke the mirror, and then they told me, and I think I was watching TBN at the time. And they came upstairs and then they said they broke something, the mirror or
Yeah,
the
the
radio?
mirror to your car door.
Oh, the mirror. And then I was like, oh, okay, did anybody get hurt? And they was like, no. Like, and I didn't go off. I didn't do nothing. I was just, because I was watching TV, and I was like, okay, it's okay. Y'all.
I was like, oh my God.
They was both kind of like.
I just knew Ricky was about to get a whooping. I was just like, Ricky, I'm about to get your laptop. I'm about to get your I was telling him, I was like, I'm on it.
You gotta speak those things that you want, right?
Yes, you gotta speak it in existence.
That's in relationship. That's at your job. That's if you going to school. If you think you're going to get a bad grade on the test, you better say, no, I'm going to ace this test.
Amen.
You know, you got to speak those things that you want, you know. And so, and about business women, businessmen, I always call Jalen and Ricky, Jalen and Kim, my business women, Ricky, my businessman. But when I told Jalen about 5 or 6, I said, Jalen, okay, Kimmy, because that's my oldest daughter. I said, Kimmy's businesswoman number 1 and you number 2. And Jalen was like, why do I have to be number 2? Why can't I just be the other businesswoman? I said, well, then that's what you are, the other businesswoman. Because she said she did not want to be number 2.
I don't like being second.
And she was only like 5 or 6 at the time. So you guys, when you raise your kids, I'm just saying it because I have some grown kids now, and all I can say is, you know, just speak good things into their life. Speak blessings over their life, you know.
Right.
You know, even if they acting bad, don't say they acting bad. Just say, ooh, they so good.
Yes.
Oh my God, like I got the best kids in the world. They might be around the corner, up the block. My son, my daughter. You have to speak it. And then eventually it'll come to pass, right?
Right.
Just like I'm speaking for my multi-millions of dollars. And
Amen.
Eventually you guys will hear me on this show one day talking about, maybe I better not tell everybody.
I know,
I better not tell everybody.
Keep that in
But, yeah, that's gonna happen too, right? Because it have to come to pass, you know.
Right.
Because I believe it and I'm speaking it, and you know I've been prophesied about it and stuff. So it's gonna happen in its time, you know. But I'm patient, and you know I'm not in a rush for it because life is good right now. Life is so good. And life is, you just have to keep speaking your life is good. If it's somebody out there that's going through depression right now, you just tell yourself you will not be like this all the time. This is just something that, this is you
Just
walking
a
through your
phase.
testimony. You're walking through your testimony and that's it. You're walking through the test,
Yes.
and it will become your testimony, but keep walking through. Don't stop. Because if you
Stop.
stop in the middle, then that's it.
You're going to
You
be
give
stuck
up.
there.
Then you what?
Then a person will be stuck there if they walk into the middle and then
Mentally.
just, mentally, those
Right, I
pieces
like
are stuck
that.
there.
Then they'll be stuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you doing, just keep going, keep pushing, keep moving, you know. And that's coming from someone that had to do it. Oh, go ahead, Jay.
I like to say it's always a good thing to motivate yourself because in this book I was reading, what is the book called, Mama? A Driven Life.
A purpose-driven life.
There we go. If you just know what your life is motivated on, what your life is, what it's motivated on, then you're going to understand who affects it the most. Because if you put your life in the hands of another person and rely on them to build up your spirit all the time, then you're going to constantly be flip-flopping in your emotions.
Right.
So
Right.
definitely just lead with God first.
Yes.
Definitely just keep him ahead and you'll be okay. You'll be straight. That's the main thing. But definitely look at who's around you. Look at who's in your inner circle because a lot of people say this, that if you look at who your friends are, that's where you going, you know?
Your friends is a testimony of where you're going.
There you go. That's what
Speaking
thank you,
of.
baby. And then, so definitely just like get rid of the negativity because you got to look at it. Don't look at it as, oh, I'm losing friends. Oh, I'm looking
Right.
like this. I'm looking like that. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because they don't pay your bills. They don't do anything like that. But either give you positivity or not.
Yeah, and when God dealing with you, you might lose a lot of friends. They just gonna fall off, you know, because they don't fit where you're going. You know, I'm a trillionaire. I mean, I have riches, you know, and that's why, you know, I'm not with all my friends I used to kick it with it in projects in Tennessee. They couldn't go along on this journey with me because they ain't walking with God. So, you feel me? I'm walking with God, and whoever besides you, when you going closer to God, embrace those people. Embrace your spiritual parents. You know, everybody should have a spiritual parent, mother or father, somebody they listen to it. It don't have to be no preacher. Somebody who a prayer warrior or something. If you don't have one, go find one. It's going to help you out in life. And I thank God for my spiritual parents, and I can name two of them. Her mom, Jaylee and mom, and Miss Donna. They helped me so much, and it's a blessing. They kept me pushing. They just pushing. They just know it's in you, you know, and they don't give up on you, you know. But people can hope all they want for this and that for other people until that individual won't change for itself. Then change gonna come. Change your thoughts and change your world.
Amen.
You got to believe it for yourself. We can believe it for you all day. Okay. It ain't going to happen until you believe it.
Okay.
Okay, baby, go ahead.
Look,
okay, you guys.
But yeah, just don't give up, man. And man, find y'all some spiritual parents.
Exactly.
Oh, that's good.
I know, right?
Find some spiritual parents.
And why you at it, find some spiritual friends.
Oh, you talk about that. Okay, y'all, that's that power.
I like to say something, too, about spiritual friends. Like, I have one in Bakersfield. Like, I want to tell a testimony. Like, I was at work, and I was just feeling the enemy trying to just bring in negative thoughts. Like, thoughts that wasn't even relevant. You know, have you ever had thoughts that wasn't relevant?
Yeah.
Like, why you even thinking about it?
Yeah.
So the enemy was trying to attack, and I'm at work, and I'm just like, oh, I need prayer. I was like, I need prayer. So I see my friend Priscilla, and like she came into concession. She's an usher, so we don't usually work together, you know. So she comes back there, and I see her, and I'm like, Priscilla, I need you to pray for me. And she was like, okay. And she thinking I need her to pray for me like later on or something. I walk to the back, and she like, I'm like, come on, we about to go pray, you know? Yeah, and so we go in the back, and she's like, and I told her what I was feeling, and I was just like attacking myself, and she was like, I am feeling the exact same way. I need you to pray for me. I was like, oh my God. I am so serious. I was like, look how God.
So what you said, you shouldn't be ashamed of God, right?
No, you shouldn't be ashamed.
Don't be ashamed.
Never be ashamed.
So what happened?
We went to the back and we prayed. I swear, we took our time, right? And we prayed, and at the end, we hugged. And as soon as we were done hugging, the walkie goes out for us to, like, go out and clean the theaters. So I'm just like, God just gave us enough time to get our word in and enough time to pray and get what we needed out of that. Wow. And after that, we went to my house because she got off at 5 and I got off at 4. She comes to my house afterwards, and we literally have praise and worship time. Yeah. And we talk and communicate because when it's 2 or more people together, you know, 2 or more gather.
I didn't in the midst.
Yeah.
There it is. So we just worship and stuff, and we just felt so much better afterwards. Wow. And that's what you need to do. Like, when you're feeling down, don't keep it to yourself, because if you keep it to yourself, you're gonna stay in that predicament forever. Right. You know, it's no way getting out if you're not gonna ask for help, because obviously you can't do it by yourself. Obviously, you know. So try a different route and see if something works out. So Priscilla and I, we keep motivating each other. She texts me like once a week or something and say, stay positive. Just something to constantly remind us that we need our friends. We need people, positive people in our lives, you know?
Wow, I like that. So spiritual parents and spiritual friends, spiritual positive friends and spiritual positive parents is something good. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. And so definitely if you're mates and you're thinking about being in a relationship with somebody, don't just listen to what they say and dismiss it, okay? If they're telling you who they are, believe who they are, right?
Exactly.
If they're telling you they don't want to go to church and they don't want to hear about God, and that's all you want to do is talk about God, then you probably got the wrong mate.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So make sure who you're dating, that you guys are on the same one accord.
Exactly.
You know, because otherwise it's not going to work. You know, have to be one accord. No, we got like 5 minutes because we Yeah, we still got. But anyway, yeah. So just know that it's definitely gonna work when you on one accord with that person. That's just like somebody working a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're working on a job, everybody has to be on the same accord. That's why you have a manager's meeting, and then the manager tell everybody how to conduct themselves on one accord, right?
Exactly.
So, and teamwork make the dream work, right?
Teamwork make the dream
So
work.
the only way that a relationship could work is if you guys are on one accord,
Exactly.
a friendship on one accord,
Exactly.
spiritual on one accord. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's just like we gonna go a little deep. The city of Babel. The reason why the city of Babel was even made is because everybody had got on one accord when they were building the tower up to the skies, right? Is that right, Kevin? They was building the tower up to the skies, and so they was trying to reach heaven. But because they was on one accord, nothing was going to be impossible for them. And so that's why God had to confuse the language, because they was doing too much. in other words, they was doing too much, right? So, and they couldn't be on one accord because they couldn't understand the same language. So you got to stay in the same lane, be on one accord, and then whatever you're going for, it could work, you know? Because people that's trying to build a millionaire company, they're not going to get a person that's trying to talk against the millions. Or they ain't going to get a person that don't want to work with the team.
Right.
You know? Because that person going to probably branch off anyway, and he going to go his own way or whatever. But, you know, and sometimes that might work, right? But as long as you be on one accord. Yeah, because I think one of them guys that built that computer company, he kind of went off on his own. Steve Jobs. I think he kind of went off on his own, because at first he had some people, and then he kind of branched off a little bit or whatever. But, you know, it still worked for him. But he was by himself at one time. He was on one accord, right?
Right.
Exactly.
So long as you're on one accord, you know, that's the most important thing. And just pray. Like they said, get some spiritual friends or positive friends, and spiritual is best, but as long as they're positive too. Or get you some spiritual parents, somebody to talk to and tell whatever you're going through, you know.
Right.
You got to have that person in your life that you can talk to.
And also, you got to just stay positive with yourself.
Yeah. And you got to be able to...
oh, that's real good. Stay positive with yourself.
Oh, you got to be able to take criticism, you know, and accept criticism. Good criticism, you know. And spiritual parents tell you do some things, man. Just listen to them. And it may not feel good. I remember Jaylen's mom, I think when I was 16, she told me, God's got a calling on your life and you too young to date or whatever. And I was just, you know, I mean, I listened to her, but I didn't really. I learned. I wish I would have listened to her. I would have been back here a lot sooner in California.
No, but you know what, the timing...
Yeah, she's right.
I still think the timing was okay.
Yeah.
The timing was just right, because it gave you a chance to get out there and let you feel life and feel what you want to feel for a minute. And then now you say, oh, shoot, I'd rather go back and I want this. And then, Jaylen, you got out there a little bit and you experienced a little bit, staying in college still, but at the same time, you were still able to experience a little bit. And now you like, oh, now I could really appreciate CJ, because he really is a good guy.
That's what I wanted to say. Like, CJ was talking about patience and working for it. Like, if you work towards what you have, like if you just get it the easy route, you're probably not gonna enjoy it as much as you would have if you worked for it, you know. So exactly, you gotta appreciate the process, and that's something I
like that.
I like it too. When it came out of my mouth.
I like that. I like that.
Appreciate
the process.
Yes.
Like, you gotta pray for patience and pray for how to understand what you're going through. Pray for the transition, because sometimes the transition is something you're not gonna like, because God always gets you out your comfort zone. I learned it.
Okay.
I learned it.
Okay. See, and I hope you guys are listening to all of this, because you know we out of time. Okay, because the hour goes by so quick, because you know we start to feeling it and everything. Next thing you know, the hour is gone. But we will be back next Monday at 4:00, and every Monday at 4:00. I've been through it, and I thank my guests, my son-in-law and my daughter, Jaylen Davis and CJ Jackson. And I thank my guests. I thank my tech guy and everybody behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. And we thank God. And thank you guys for viewing us, okay? I've been through it, hosted by Gail Davis. Thank you so much.
Dear Father, I stand today, just want to say thank you, Lord, for everything that you've done for me. Somebody's going to need you, Lord. Somebody's going to need a friend. Well, I stopped by to let you know that I know somebody that'll stick closer than a mother, somebody that'll stick closer than even a father. Well, friend, I'm talking about Jesus Christ. Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. 'Cause I know Jesus will never let you down. No. Whenever you need him, I know. Dear Father, I stand today, just want to say thank you, Lord, for everything that you've done for me. Somebody's going to need you, Lord. Somebody's going to need a friend. Well, I stopped by to let you know that I know somebody that'll stick closer than a mother, somebody that'll stick closer than even a father. Well, friend, I'm talking about Jesus Christ. Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. 'Cause I know Jesus will never let you down. No. Whenever you need him, I know. Today, that Jesus will be there every day, 'cause I know Jesus, he'll never let you down. Whenever you need the Lord, I know
I've been through it, hosted by Gail Davis. You guys, like I always say, we have to thank God, because without God, none of us would even be breathing right now. And so we want to thank Roscoe's Media Center, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle. I want to thank Johnny Morris, Keno, LaRon. I want to thank my tech guy, Kevin, because, you know, he be back there making it happen all the time. We want to thank our sponsors, Pet Bud. And we also want to thank my cousin for that song, I Know Jesus, God's Anointed, God's Appointed, the group. And I just want to thank you guys for coming every Monday at 4 o'clock just to view us, right? And, of course, like I always say, my guests are VIP. And today, you guys, I have my son-in-law here. You know, my daughter's fiancé. They're getting married, but I'm going to let them talk about that, right? So we're going to have a really, really good show. And we're going to let CJ, Charles Jackson, introduce himself. Okay, so Charles, tell the people anything that you want to know. Well, I'm gonna call you CJ anyway.
Yeah.
But tell the people anything that you want them to know about you, how you grew up, how many brothers and sisters, and your mom and dad and stuff like that.
About my childhood.
Yeah,
All
tell
right.
them. Yeah.
I'm Charles Jackson. People call me CJ, and I'm from Tennessee. I stayed in Illinois, stayed in Tennessee, stayed in Mississippi. I went to over 13 different schools. I have 3 siblings. I have a sister and 2 older brothers, and they all tall. I'm like the shortest one.
You said they all.
I love my mother and father. They've been in my life, my whole life, until I was like 14, and I moved to California. And I stayed with my uncle, and he helped me out, taught me about God, taught me how to be a real man, taught me how to pay bills and stuff. And he really helped me. And I met Jaylyn in church, my fiance, my beautiful fiance. You say anything? What else y'all want to know?
I met Jaylyn in church, and okay, so you guys met in church, and you guys started dating on the we're gonna just put it like I didn't know at first. They were just friends, and then, you know, next thing I know, they were dating. But CJ was a gentleman, and he basically respected my daughter. And then what happened? So then you went back to Tennessee for a minute.
Oh yeah, I went back to Tennessee because I had to take care of my daughter. I had this lady pregnant and whatever, and I had to go back to Tennessee and be a father to her and let her know who her father is and teach her a little bit about her black history and stuff. Her birthday, my daughter's name is Janiyah Brown. Her birthday is on February 4th, same as Rosa Parks. And she know her black is beautiful. She's 6 years old. And, yeah, that's how we raising them. And I did my thing down there, and I'll be going back and forth from Tennessee to California. God blessed me to do that. You know, I'm not bragging or nothing. I'm just a blessed man. I'm even more blessed to have her by my side. Like, it's awesome.
Amen, amen. Okay, so now you got to let everybody know that when you went to Tennessee, how long was you gone?
I think like 4 or 5 years, 6.
4 or 5 years. And then so you guys reconnected 4 or 5 years later. And that's the beauty of it, right? Yes. Because you guys were together at a young age.
We met November 7, 2009.
2009, and he really respected my daughter, and I respect him for that. And then, so of course, when they was talking about getting back together, I was happy, you know, because I always liked CJ. He was always, you know, a good guy in my books, right? So CJ, talk about school in Tennessee.
Well, school in Tennessee, besides the tornado drills and stuff, getting under your desk and all that stuff, running to the hallway and stuff, so many tornadoes and storms come through Tennessee, so we had so many tornado drills and stuff, you feel me? And I went to so many schools, so I was always the new kid, and I didn't have everything that I really needed in school, like the fancy clothes and all that stuff, but God blessed me. I wasn't trying to fit in or nothing. I was just being myself. And God bless me, and people respect me for who I am. And I want to thank God for that, man.
Amen, amen. And that's a lesson, you know, for everybody. Just be who you are, right?
Yeah.
Because God didn't make duplicates; He made individuals. You know, and He wants, He made individuals. He wants everybody. You know, all our DNA is 99.99% the same, except for that 1% makes us different. right? That's statistics, right? And so basically we all different. You know, we got something different, something valuable to add, right? So CJ, tell us about you and Jaylyn getting married when?
July 7th, 2017.
Okay, so what's the date again?
7/7/17.
Okay, and so that's a significant date. Why?
Because it's the money bag and 777, 777s actually.
That's God's numbers.
Completion.
Huh?
Number 7 is completion.
See, in 7 days, that's when God created the earth, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, what do you guys have to say to any young couple that's basically trying to, get married, live together, and stay together, and what do you guys have to say to a young couple right now?
What would you say, love?
I would say communication is definitely key. Like, in the past, I've been hearing, like, couples say, oh, communication is key. And I'm like, okay, yeah, like, I get it. But then once you really grasp what that truly means and then start acting on it and not just saying it, it really works. Because it's been so many times when we had to just sit down and actually talk about the situation because it's different perspectives, It's two different people coming together to be one. And if we're going to do that, we have to come together and get one perspective, you feel me? So, once we communicate and everything is straight. So, young couples out there, don't ever let them say that you're too young to get engaged and follow your heart. Just as long as you have communication, and wisdom comes to anyone, any age, and it doesn't matter if you're 31, 21. If you love that person, you're willing to work it out, then it's going to work. And if you put God as your foundation.
Amen. There
God
you go,
is the
right
foundation
there.
Because God is the strongest thing that's going to hold a marriage together. Like, a lot of people could hold a marriage together with money and just material things and then be miserable at night. And I don't want to be miserable at night. And we not because we communicate.
Awesome.
We always agree on something before we go to bed. We don't be upset and all that stuff. I mean, we go through things like everybody else, but when nighttime come, we just we come together and agree on things. Like she said, we got good communication, and I really think it's meant to be, and it's gonna happen. And
awesome.
The best thing I could say to young couples, like, you got to keep God in your relationship. It's like a love triangle, and God is at the top, and you two guys are at the bottom. And if you separate God from that,
it's broken.
It's broken. It's no shape. It's nothing.
Yeah, I like
but
that.
But the closer you come to God, the closer you two be able to come together. The more wisdom and knowledge y'all know about each other, the more wisdom and knowledge you know about God. And y'all keep God at the head of your household, and at the head of your relationship. And I think everything will work out. You're never too young for love.
Okay, never too young for love. Okay, you guys, I like that. Okay, so you guys, today, we just got off the Carnival cruise, right? So my voice is hoarse. Everybody's voice is hoarse. We've been partying, laughing, having a great time, and so we all. Everybody's hoarse, okay? Everybody's talking all funny and stuff.
Right.
But I had so much fun, even though I dropped my phone in water. And I don't have the phone no more. So I'm going to have to get a new phone. But it's all good because I had so much fun, you guys. If you guys haven't been on a cruise, you have to take a cruise. And not that I'm like doing a commercial for Carnival or nothing like that, but I had a great time. Because they entertained us.
Yeah,
we ate in a dining room, right?
It was so fancy.
And it was like, formal, so you had to dress up. And then they brought all this stuff to the table. And then they danced for us.
Oh, yeah, the waiters.
Dance for you. Oh, my God, that was so, so nice. Y'all could tell my voice. Right. I'm really, really hoarse right now. But I just wanted to bring my son-in-law on so he can, tell some of the things that's on his mind. And tell our viewers something else that's on your mind that you've been wanting to get off your chest. What did Kevin Hart say? Say it with your chest, man. Say it with your chest.
Let's see. I'm off my
Man,
chest.
my voice is like... Oh, yeah, they said they met in... What, Jalen, you said y'all met when?
November 7, 2009.
November 7, 2009.
That's about what...
We dated for 2 years. I was 14, and I kind of told him when we first met, like, I was 15.
Or 16.
I didn't know.
And y'all kind of told me that y'all was friends.
We were friends.
And
We were friends.
But then it's okay because CJ was very respectful, and I'm really, really happy about that. That's why I do approve of CJ being with my baby, because she is the baby of all three of my children. You know, so I really approve, and I feel like anybody that's wanting to be in a relationship, like they just said, you have to put God at the head of it, because if God is not in it, I mean, you could be on your own and, you know, take your chances, and that's okay. But I'd rather take my chances with God, the Creator, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
And it was crazy how, like, we both became on the same level, because we talked throughout the years. Like, he was distant. Like, we just talked as friends because we were both in and out of relationships, you know. But once, like, July happened, and it was right before my birthday, we both became single, and we were just like...
I was in Tennessee.
Exactly.
She was in California.
I was in California, and, like, we just felt it. He texted me, he was like, Daddy's coming home.
Oh, boy.
I was like, well, good thing.
I remember that text.
So
Could you elaborate on that?
he texted me.
Like that's all your daddy's home to say.
Daddy's home.
Okay, well, yeah.
And it was the best text I've ever received.
That was the
because-
best text?
Yes, you remember, Mom, I was in the car and I was just smiling the entire time, and you were like,
yeah.
what you still smiling about? I was like, seriously?
Oh, yeah, that's when y'all was texting each other and stuff. Yeah.
And then he caught the bus out here, and it took like the Greyhound, and took so long.
About 4 days.
4 days to get to.
Can I elaborate on that real quick? I rode the
Elaborate
Greyhound
on that
bus
one,
from
CJ.
Tennessee all the way to California just to
Tell
see
me.
her and be back with her or whatever. You feel me? And man, the bus broke down in El Paso. I had a hard time getting here, but I got here by the grace of God.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and I was so
Yeah.
happy, man, to see her.
Jalen was thinking, like, is he really coming? And she
I
had me
know.
like, okay, well, I don't know, Jalen, because it is taking a long time. And
Yeah.
the bus broke down, and she was getting upset because the bus
Yeah.
broke down. And, yeah, that you had a hard trip on the way out here, huh, CJ?
Right.
Yeah.
But
And
I
I-
like the fact that you kept calling me. Like,
Oh,
he he kept telling me, like, updating me and everything. Kept me
Reassuring
calm.
you.
Reassuring.
So that right there is a good thing right there. That's part of communication. And so
Reassurance.
that's like, even if a guy is late coming home from work, call, communicate. You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard, right? And
Yeah.
so, and even if if you're a woman, like, you know, if I'm late, you know, I'll call. I'm late to my honey, right? And Jalen, do you call?
Yes, I call. See,
If
you
you-
know where
if
I'm
you
at.
running late, I mean,
24/7.
because that's just consideration. You know,
Exactly.
it's just consideration. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't mean that you're handpicked or nothing like that. It just means that you want to communicate. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good thing.
Exactly.
I think that's a good thing to communicate. And
And
you know,
another thing,
Yeah,
I
another thing, go
think
ahead.
a rule is pick your battles wisely.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even battles, you know. It's just like, is it worth out? Like, is it worth this relationship you love? Like, you're
It doesn't matter who
Right.
the person does.
thing and then fix answer the problem, right?
yeah, and it's better until you get older and trying to get it right. You know, just now, right? Come now, don't mess with right. Remember they thing and they start. You guys do the same thing. We just know I have to show.
Man, big brother back like 16 and 18, and he want me beating real. We ball together. He knew how to drink too. He helped me all. Stayed on that. It's
Shout
about
out
her.
to Ricky. Hey, Ricky, we made it back from the trip, right?
Shout out to my guy Ricky.
Yeah.
New Orleans. Where is he at?
Louisiana, Grambling University.
Yes. Love
My
you,
son
Ricky.
is at Grambling University. He graduates next year, December. And I'm so godly proud. Jalen, when do you graduate?
Oh, I graduate in June around the 16th of 2018.
Okay, so we had
4.0. You better get that
2015
4.0.
for Kim and for myself. I graduated from AV. Kim graduated from Phillips College, which is my oldest daughter. Ricky graduates 2017, and then Jalen will be 2018. So God is good.
Yes.
And we're both in criminal justice.
Criminal justice. Okay, so you guys, y'all gonna need some lawyers and
Social workers.
social workers and all that kind of stuff out here. You guys call me at the show. 323-965-1600. No, seriously though, because my daughter, she do have a master's in psychology, so she's definitely working in her field now, and that's such a blessing. You know, and CJ, he's doing great things, and he's going to be this great person and stuff.
Supposed to be
I
a
think
truck.
CJ is going to be in movies though, right? Because we all on the boat, and CJ auditioning and everything,
Oh,
doing magic tricks on the
man.
and stuff. We just had so much fun though. We had so much
Well,
fun.
what was your favorite time?
My favorite time on the boat, on the cruise, let me tell y'all. My favorite time on the cruise, you guys, was actually walking up on the deck real close to the water, you know, because see, it's inside the deck and you can see outside the glasses, but when you go on the outside and you see the water and you just look and all you see is water, nothing but water, and you look at the sky, you look at the sunset, and you look at everything that God created, and how can a person ever believe that there's not a God?
Right?
You know,
Amen.
because it is so beautiful.
Man.
I mean, I had the most wonderful time. I was so grateful because I don't even know. I mean, I did take a trip to Denver, Colorado, and where I was born at in 2015. But this is my first cruise. And so just to see all of that creation, and we was in the middle of the ocean. And at first I was a little nervous. And I'm going to tell you guys something. If you go on a cruise, just know that when people tell you, oh, you'll
Feel
be
it.
on the boat and you can't feel it, don't let nobody tell y'all that.
Yeah, you
'Cause
feel it.
do feel it. I did. Because you're walking on the boat and you're walking like this, side to side, and the boat is, and a couple times I had to stop. I felt like I was a little tipsy and everything.
Yes.
It was just like me, CJ, not my niece's husband. We were all having a hard time. I was kind of having a hard time too, though, because I was grabbing people when the boat is rocking. I was grabbing my sister. I was grabbing everybody. But it was nice. I had a good time. I really did. I think that was my favorite time. What was your favorite time, Jalen?
Mine was when we were doing the Zumba.
Oh yeah, where
I
they
loved
tricked
it.
me.
They told us we were going to get a free gift, and then they said after we were done, we could eat unlimited pizza and ice cream.
Yeah, without gaining
That was the
any
gift.
weight. They said, so that's your free gift, right? Because, you know, I didn't know, seriously.
I danced for like an hour and a half or so.
Right.
I'm like, man.
I thought it was going to be a real
long time.
Okay, you guys, it's almost over. Everybody gonna get their free gift, and you know I was
Right.
dancing for that free gift, right? And then it was like, okay, the free
Broke his
gift
sweat and
is
everything.
Exactly. I was
lost about 10 pounds. You get to eat all you want for the rest of the cruise without gaining a pound. I'm like, okay, that was good. That was a good way to trick us. And then when we had the fire drill, they made you walk up the stairs. You couldn't go up the elevator.
Yeah.
So we was on the 4th floor, and they made us walk up to the 10th floor. And I was like, okay, it was so funny because everybody was huffing and puffing, you know, about the 9th floor and stuff.
My favorite time.
Yeah, so it was fun. The whole thing was fun.
Well,
I'm telling you guys, yeah.
oh, the best time out of it all was when CJ went upstairs. Oh, I wish we could show the video.
What video?
When they called CJ up on the stage.
Oh yeah,
Get ready and go to the restroom, and I stood like up a little bit, and they just grabbed my hand like
Just
I'm on the
started walking up
stage.
to him. I was like, oh gosh,
Oh,
he
yeah,
just thought
the Motown thing.
Exactly. We had the show, and then they were calling all like 3 guys up there, and then CJ was one of them. And they went up there, and I was like, oh gosh, it's dancing and everything. And then he looked like he was like, what is this?
But he just fit right in, though.
Yeah, he did. They started doing some dance moves and stuff, and then they put wigs on.
What was you doing?
I was just doing the dance that they was doing.
It just seemed like he was doing the funky chicken. The funky chicken long.
You did the Tootsie Roll.
So,
You know I'm old school.
See,
I
old
party
school
hard.
people
That's why
know
my
what I'm
voice like
talking about,
this.
the funky chicken, right? But you was up there doing that, CJ. I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. Because you was so free up there. That's why I'm thinking you might be in the movies real soon, because you got that look. You could do it. You could do a movie or something. But that was another favorite time, you guys. They had the Motown.
And then he did my shout out too.
Oh yeah,
Oh, and he did the
Yes.
shout out.
Yeah,
Jay.
they
that's
were
my
like-
favorite time. That's my favorite time right
Because
there.
he's telling the world about
Yes.
he's engaged to my baby
Yeah,
girl.
dude
So I'm okay with that, right?
The dude was
CJ?
like, he was like, give it up for Charles and Jaylyn. They just got engaged. I was so happy. Everybody in the theater, everybody heard him. I was like, yes. I pointed to her. She was so happy. I was like, yes.
That's right.
She kept me
CJ, you
calm
tell
too,
the world. You wanna
because
tell the
sometimes
world,
I'm
right?
real nervous. But when I look at her,
Aw.
I don't feel no fear or nothing, man. I just like, it's all right.
Oh my God.
That's so beautiful. Okay.
I love it.
So that's so nice. So CJ,
I love you.
So that's just a blessing, you guys, when you know that someone loves your child. It's a real blessing to me to know that. And like I said, you guys, excuse my voice, excuse all our voices right now, because we were screaming and yelling and having so much fun, especially in the when we was dancing in the with the little people.
Oh yeah, with the they were all dancing up on the stage, and it was like 4 guys, 4 girls.
Oh
And then-
yeah,
and
and I
then
got
they-
to sit by the captain.
Yeah, I was like, oh
But
my
I don't know
God.
why I did not take pictures
You
of,
didn't? I
of
got
the captain
pictures
and the
for you.
co-captain. They was
yeah,
right
you
there
were.
by me. And I was
Didn't
like,
you?
I know.
yeah, well, you know. But anyway, we have fun because they did the Motown review and those people could sing.
Yeah, they can. They were all moving and stuff. All when the boat was moving, I was up here trying to focus on not getting sick, and they up here dancing, still singing. I was like, okay, all right.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nice.
So
And I love
if you guys out there are really, really have a desire in your heart to do something, just know that it's going to happen. Because I've been having a desire for a cruise a long time. I think my sister went on a cruise about how many years ago? About she been on a lot of cruises about maybe 10 years ago, and I'm just now getting on one, and it was so nice. Although I was a little under the weather on the cruise, a day before the cruise happened, you know, I was a little under the weather, but I just pushed through and had a good time anyway, and dropped my phone in water and the whole time, and I'm still okay with it. But you guys, I'm a little upset, but not really. I can't be upset because I had too much fun. I had too much fun. So if there's anything that you want to do, you set your mind to it, do it. Don't let nothing stop you, because nothing can stop you except for you.
Right.
And if there's a cruise or a trip coming up, you guys got to go for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't going to.